Hello, everybody. Welcome to the finale for Beyond the Wall. Um, we're all really excited and sad at the same time because it's the last episode. Um, and we're gonna kick some bad angel butt. It's gonna be great. Everybody's gonna have a happy ending, and nothing bad's gonna happen, and it's gonna be great.
Looking at
Excuse me.
Yaz's face to see if that's true, and I'm not
Yep.
seeing anything.
Before we jump in, though, I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves and their
Curses!
characters.
We lost
Uh-oh.
Anina.
Oh,
Oh
no!
no.
Oh,
Well,
everyone's frozen.
in a moment,
For me too. Oh, no, there we go.
excuse me. In a moment, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and their characters, and then we'll pass it on to Yaz. While we're waiting, I'll talk a little bit about sponsors. Our sponsors for the show are in chat: Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. Fundamental looks like this. You can get a copy on Amazon if you'd like the physical book. Just look up Fundamental RPG or Raven Evermore; it should pop right up. Or if you'd prefer a digital copy, or if you need character sheets, both of those can be found at coffee.com/raven/shop. Just like it's at the bottom of the screen there, just add /shop to the end. And the character sheets are free. So if you need character sheets for the physical copy or the digital copy, you can get those there. At that same website, you can also find Intrepid, which is adventuring gear for real life. It's casual and athletic and outdoor wear, accessories, mouse pads. There's a new coffee mug in there now. I've got one on the way that I'm excited about, so you'll probably see me drinking from that frequently in the near future. But yeah, it's really cool stuff. You can check it out there. Pick up some cool tabletop themed gear. And yeah, I think that's about it for sponsors. If you'd like to catch up with this show, previous episodes of it, or any other show on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network, which is just at watch.thefantasy.network. And once you're there, just go to Stream Library, click on Black Feather Guild, and you can see all of our previous content there. Excuse me, goodness. I keep getting something stuck in my throat. Apologize.
Hey, it's fine. Meanwhile, Hannah has frozen, so we're still, sort of.
Oh no,
waiting
Hannah!
We're just shuffling.
Everybody shuffling. Now we've got Anina back, so that's good. That's fun.
Apologies.
No worries. No worries.
No worries. I'm gonna work on putting everybody in the right frames. Here, but yeah, I guess I can introduce myself and my character. So I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the things that I do, most of which are tabletop related. You can find all of my various projects at my Linktree, which is linktr.ee/theraven, like it's spelled below my face here. And that's also in chat. And then I play Mare, who is a gothy, sort of normally antisocial superhero, who's learned to be a lot less antisocial and is going to be a lot less gothy this episode, for reasons that will be clear once we get into the session. Yeah, she's a lot of fun. She does like fear stuff, getting into people's heads and causing them to freak out, and she's got ice powers, and she's a lot of fun to play. I'm gonna miss this character once this is done. So that's me and my character. Paladin. We'll let you go.
I'm Joe
next.
now. I'm Joe now because I'm in her window. So I'm a mechanic. Let's see. I have an imaginary friend who died, which is super sad. I've got a crush on a girl who is horribly burnt, so every hug is agonizing pain for them. So that's fun. Let's see what else. My best friend is a ghost. He's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I don't know. I'll do me. Hi everybody, I'm Paladin Hulk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, a little red dot, and today, as always, but not after this, I'm playing Tom Fenn, your friendly ghost. Hi, my best friend is a mechanic. She's kind of annoying, but so my whole journey's been about like finding a guy, but that's all about music, but that's all sidelined now because it's all about friendship, because friendship is the actual magic. Also, we lit a few beacons. That was fun. and we're back in the real world. We're gonna kick butt and save everyone. But as long as Joe's okay, that's the most important thing.
And guess who's back?
Yay!
Of course, this doesn't happen during pre-stream.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
no,
I
that's,
introduced you for everyone, so it's all good.
Cool.
That would just be
Awesome.
convenient.
Next, we've got Anina, and I think Zoom froze again for Anina. But if you
dear.
could hear me, tell us a little bit about Faye and yourself as soon as it's not frozen.
Curse you.
I can hear you guys. I hope you can hear me.
There we
There
go.
you go.
I can hear
Yep,
you.
we got you.
Can you hear me? I'm back. I think my internet has cold feet about today's episode. To be fair, I'm not ready. I'm not ready either. I'm Anina. I'm a actor and a writer, and I have a YouTube channel. And I'll pop the link to the chat. Go and watch some comedy sketches, comedic monologues, and a dark drama web series that I wrote and star in as well. I play Felie, the archangel of all animals, and last episode we were in her head, and now she has a lot of memories that again. So let's see what happens.
All right. Hannah. Same stuff. Tell us a little bit about Joe and yourself.
Hello, I'm Hannah, and today I'll be playing Joe, who has finally had to face the truth of her trauma, in which we discovered last episode that Asher, her childhood friend, was dead or not real this whole time, and it was very sad.
It was.
But she's excited to have friends now. And she can
Been
admit
with you
it.
for years,
'Cause-
but okay. Now you have friends.
It's a sensitive subject.
That's a sassy ghost.
Yep,
He's always been a sassy ghost.
that's true. All right. And then last but not least, Yaz, tell us a little bit about your wonderful self in this wonderful world and take it away.
Hello, my name is Yaz or Bodelia. I am a visual storyteller and illustrator. And Beyond the Wall is inspired by a comic that I have spent the last year illustrating for the author Cecilis. And Cecilis gave me permission to borrow his world and be inspired by his world, and tell this awesome story with these amazing creators. If you're interested in Beyond the Wall or the comic, therefore, you are more than welcome to follow Cecilis on Twitter for any kind of updates. We're hoping later this year the comic will be available for public purchase once all of the Kickstarter backers have been rewarded. Yeehaw! Last time on Beyond the Wall, our amazing and incredible cast found themselves in several weird situations wherein they explored the depths of Faye's mind, had some very emotional, heavy closeness, found themselves in what arguably could have been the afterlife, and walked their way through a door that deposited them back in, or not back in, but just outside the wall and the city. And there are sounds of attacks from the other side of the wall. And I believe that is where we're going to get started. Before anything crazy happens, I did want to. Yes, I've been waiting for this.
Troll's about to do something to us all.
Before anything crazy happens, though, I wanted to just. Oh wait, no, maybe I could wait. No, I want to insert a small story moment that is our opener. You guys are all standing in front of this closed gate and wall, and we are all under the impression that you are about to bust through those doors and kick some serious ass. And before y'all get into that, Mao, standing next to Joe and Mare, turns to Joe instead, grabs her by the front of the shirt, and yanks her into the most.
Knew it.
It is gingerly
Knew
because
it.
now and full skin contact right now is not a great thing, but she has her gripped in her hands and plants this juicy kiss right on Joe's lips.
Called
Joe-
it. Knew it.
You did call it. Joe will flail for a second before we will do a reciprocate.
Excellent. All right, the craziness now may begin.
And ensue.
I have been tentatively waiting for that for quite some time, so thanks
Yep.
for letting me get that in there.
Mare glances over, kind of awkwardly, unsure of what to make of this, but then goes, internally, it's like, huh, I don't hate this.
Like some
As I said before the show started, this better not awaken something in me. That's pretty much where Mare's at right now.
there we go.
Excellent.
It's been done.
Should have put
Troll-
money on it. I was so right. I should have put money on it.
No one would have bet against it.
That's true.
I let out
Did-
some
Who are we
streamers to
swapping?
celebrate, some ghostly streamers. It's like one of those like amateur firework things. The yay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
My anxiety brain has immediately forgotten any specifics that you may have sent me earlier. Could you remind us which characters
If,
or DM you would like to swap?
Round and round we go. Where we
If
stop.
you're watching
only
this later on
trolls
the Fantasy
know.
Network and can't see chat, one of our audience members, our regulars, is swapping two characters.
Ooh.
Tom and
good
Joe should switch. Okay.
Okay, okay. I don't know if
Y'all
I
let me
can
good
get
with
my
that?
timer out.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Tom already had a taster of
Okay.
introducing Joe.
Joe will go from happily kissing to just letting all of the emotion out and be super sad and just cry into mouth.
Oh, Mal just very carefully wraps her arms around Joe.
I would like Tom is going to summon his spectral guitar and play just a soft romantic tune.
Thanks, Tom. That's very
You're welcome, my best friend. Oh wait, I wonder if I could do the voice. No, I can't. You're welcome, my best friend Joe.
He's gonna release like 2 turtle doves just to fly around them.
We're standing outside the city and there's like clearly violence happening inside.
Oh my
And
god.
we're just like, it's time to have a moment.
Yeah, like she'll say like, I don't know if we really have time to be this sad, because there's a lot of things happening. But I'll look back at the door. That was rough.
Mal takes Joe's like cheeks and kisses her forehead. And is like, but it's not over yet. We will survive this.
I'll again look back at the gate because someone didn't survive this.
Probably we're never gonna.
Yeah. Then she'll pick up the shotgun that she dropped during this whole mess.
It's
I don't
very
know if
lucky
you've
it
ever
didn't
been
go off.
passionately kissed, but you tend to drop what you're holding.
Oh yeah, and I said
That's
I
true,
said I
that's
flailed.
true.
I said she
Very true.
flailed.
Very true.
There you go. Pick up the shotgun, clean it off, and then like, okay, let's go.
Mao's like, all right, let's do this. And Mao goes to the door and gives it a big yank, and it doesn't move. And so she keeps yanking on it, and it's still not moving.
What? I will phase through the door.
You are met with the scene of absolute destruction.
Cool. We'll put that on hold. How do I open the door?
Can I have you roll top sharp?
Oh, Tom's. Okay, let's go.
Or Tom, you could roll. Paladin, you could roll Tom sharp for
Want
her.
me to roll? Okay.
Okay, I've got the sheet open, but you can.
No, you do it.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
There's.
I'm taking the XP though. So
Yeah, that's for you. Tom's XP.
The what you have just witnessed of Joe and Mao and the scene of destruction that greeted you, you're a little caught up in what's going on, and you're not able to see specifically what would help you open the door.
Mare will sort of roll her eyes and go, let me look at it, and also go through the door.
Can I have
like,
you roll sharp?
It's impossible to open.
While this all's
Perfect.
everyone's concentrating on the door, Faye's gonna say a couple of steps back, and she's doesn't seem, she seems very withdrawn. She doesn't seem excited. She's doesn't look happy, but she's not making a big show of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mare, on that. Oh no! Did Hannah freeze again?
I think so.
Oh dear. Mare, you phase through the door and immediately you see a lever and pulley system that operates the bar that holds the door in place.
Okay.
You're back! Yay!
Yay!
Hey,
Mare's just gonna flip the lever and come back in as presumably as the doors are opening. Look at Tom and go, well, I did the impossible.
I always knew you could.
She just shrugs.
So these doors, like they give that, the big heavy door tremble sound, and Mao is finally able to push them open, and the doors swing open, and like the hinges have been oiled, clatter against the side, like the sides of the archway.
Joe would have helped Mao open the door.
Yes. And
That's
ahead
5
of
minutes.
you, what was
I was
that?
gonna say a cool thing.
Oh, do it.
That's
Go
fine.
for it.
You
say
go
the
for
cool
it.
thing.
It's gonna be like, and with a bang, the heroes enter.
Very nice.
Love
Very
that.
nice.
Because I don't get to say those things as Joe.
Thank you for that swap. That was I hope that was as delightful to you as it was for me. These doors clatter open, giving you the view of the rest of this city. Several buildings lay in ruins. People are running from spectral figures. It's almost like reality, like your perception of reality in this area has ripped apart. These specters shift from humanoid to insectoid to bestial to absolute eldritch terror, with like arms and limbs being flung out of parts of their bodies and just like pulling themselves down these streets. And ahead, you can see the unfurling of black wings deep in the city that are too large to make any kind of sense. And in that area is the AoE of green light that is just radiating from the depth of the city. And like without getting too gory, it's brutal. It's gory. There's bodies laying in the streets, heads that have been trampled, people that have been transformed and altered, that are caught between themselves and what they will be. And now you get to decide where and what to
Does
do.
it sound like, a genocide?
Oh my god.
I saw that look in your eyes.
Oh my god. That's a callback to Neon Devils.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that
trying.
She cold dropped that on us like you in the distance you hear a genocide and we're like, wait, what?
What does that even sound like? Never mind, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I have an important question as well, though. So is this the real life or is it just fantasy? Because it feels like we're caught in a
Oh.
landslide here.
I'm gonna
Dear
beat you
me.
with your
How
magic
long were we
wand.
gone? What the
Yeah.
heck happened to this place? Look at this mess. Was it years? Joe, you got a clock in that bag of yours?
Are any of my watches working yet?
Kind
Are they all
of.
just still spinning wildly?
Some watches have stopped, but they're all at different times. And some of the watches are still spinning. And one of your watches seems to have turned into a spider that is just like wrapped around your arm.
It's approximately fuck o'clock.
Ed looks at
I can't do this.
Hey?
I can't do this. I can't do this.
right? You need like a moment or what's going on?
And she starts sort of slowly panting. Now he's going
Panic
over.
attack.
All right,
Oh,
take it
no.
easy, breathe.
I can't do this.
Just
Can't-
close
can't
your
do
eyes.
what?
You don't have
Can't
to
do
look at all the
what?
horrible stuff.
Do this.
Mayor's gonna
I'm-
go over to Faye. Sorry, were you gonna say something else, Faye? Okay, I didn't want to make sure I wasn't cutting you off. Mayor's gonna walk over to Faye, hand Faye Captain Nuggies, the emotional support chicken that we have now. Put a hand on her shoulder and just be like, "All right, it's okay. You don't have to. I got this. I just want you all to know, you especially, Faye, but everybody as well, what you're about to see, we're not going to speak of after this. And it's because I love all of you."
You gonna go streaking? What's going on?
She looks
I
at
can't-
Tom and goes, "Worse."
Oh God!
But I can't do this. I'm not even an angel.
You better. You're a person.
Also, you summoned that chicken. And also several other cool things. You've been amazing this entire time.
Uh huh.
You don't.
And if
have
an
to be
angel did all that stuff, that would just be normal. But if just a regular girl did it all, that'd be amazing. Right?
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Yeah. You
I-
kicked
I
so much
found
butt out
you.
there. Mm-hmm.
But I found you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You found us and you have saved us.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to save everyone else.
Not because of destiny. It's just because that's who you are. It's the kind of person that you are. You can do whatever you want. You want to sit here and be sad? You can. You have that freedom. But you can also come with us and see what happens. And be the hero that you really are on the inside.
While
Right.
Tom is saying all this, Mayor's just taking her cloak off and kind of drapes it around Faye's shoulders too.
And now you have a cool cloak.
It is literally the cloak of cool.
It's true.
But
Also because Mare has ice powers.
I You never needed me. You never needed me to look after you. I just tagged along.
Are you kidding? We would be so dead so many times without you. You're the one who
It's
was
just
always
a
leading
part.
us where to go. You saved our lives. You've saved my life. You've caught me when I was gonna fall and die.
You
I
always
don't know
stay
what I am
calm.
anymore. I don't know what I am.
We
Well-
can figure all that stuff out later. There's no need to rush.
You're Faye, and you're
Yeah.
a friend.
And if that's
Mare
not a
puts
name you
her-
like anymore, we can change it.
Mare puts her hand on Faye's shoulder again and just goes, "You're my friend. That's what you are."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
I don't know how to be that.
You already are. That's the fun
Yeah.
part, or the cool part.
Mare's just nodding along.
I don't know if I can beat him.
Oh, I'm gonna whoop his butt.
We'll beat him for you then, and you
Yeah.
can, like, please kick the snake lady's butt if we see her.
Because I've been thinking, if I could hop in your body and make you, walk around, maybe I can do the same to him.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe he's not a real angel either. Maybe he's just some snot-nosed kid who got power hungry.
don't do anything that
I
puts
think
you at
he's
risk.
more than that.
Maybe he's two snot-nosed kids.
He's very
In a trench
In a
coat.
trench coat. Yeah.
he's very powerful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here without him. You know that, right? I wouldn't be here.
We did see. But the way he saved you was wrong. He broke you. He took pieces of you away and stuffed them so deep you couldn't get to them. You're better as a whole person with all the stuff. We all have bad stuff and good stuff, but all the stuff together, that's what you need.
That's gone now. It's gone.
Yeah, it's still in there. It's just buried real deep.
Also, who you are with us is real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just getting to know yourself.
She's still just awkwardly holding the chicken.
The chicken's just like, and looks up at you with like pure, unadulterated adoration. Fucking chicken.
That nuggies is a blessing.
Yep.
I love you guys. So
I'm gonna
much.
cry both in character and out of character. I'm just gonna cry on every level at this chicken. It was just the tip of the iceberg.
We've tipped over.
Look, the chicken
Oh.
loves you, and you love the chicken. And that means you can't be all bad, right?
I don't
one-
know if I can. I don't know if I can hurt him.
Then you don't
I
have
know
to.
I should. I don't know if I can.
You
Faye,
don't have
that's
to.
okay. Sometimes we can't face the scariest things to ourselves by ourselves. That's why we have friends. I mean, that's like literally the thing I've learned over this whole ridiculous journey is you can't do that. You can't do it alone.
We're all stronger with the best friend by our side. Stand next to Joe. And you're like, yeah,
Mhm.
friendship.
I just want to hug Tom.
But
Like,
you can't, and that's why
What?
it's sad.
I'm gonna like just hold the arms around, be like, Tom, my best friend.
Mare kinda
I'm gonna
clears her
let you all
throat.
down. I'm gonna let you all down because I can't fight him.
And then we'll pick you back up.
Mare clears her throat.
You can't see the
and
future.
Okay.
Ha!
Looks
can just
back at
guess.
Faye and says, "You're not gonna let us down because we're here to help you, like you've been helping us this whole time. And I'm gonna kick his ass plenty. And speaking of the power of friendship, she kind of does the little like points at her eyes and points at everybody else, like you're not gonna talk about what's about to happen, right?"
No promises.
I mean,
she gets
and then she
tomboy.
just thrusts the chicken at her, going, "Do
Sorry, scared.
Oh
You
yes, the
just-
chicken
you
needs to be
hold-
part of the transformation too.
Yes,
God.
Captain Nuggies.
Ooh,
Ooh, this
I
room
got
service.
a whole
someone
meal
is
brought to me.
royalty. Ooh,
That's so sweet.
oh,
Yaz deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Very
there's
true.
bubbly and everything."
that's just the
Damn.
best.
Oh,
We're all just taking a moment to appreciate this. And a floofers.
no.
That was
Sorry
so
about
sweet.
that. I wasn't
No worries.
expecting lunch to be served on a silver platter for me.
With
Anyways,
bubbly.
You deserve it.
So, so sure, Meryl put the chicken on her head and pull out the wand, and it's straight up anime magical girl transformation sequence. And instead of like the black and purple and very dark attire that she usually has, it's something more like what I'm wearing, which is very pink and yellow, and hers is also sparkly and probably has like rainbow tassels coming off of like a corset or something.
Tell me there's a bow in her hair.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
They looks on with like big saucer-like eyes, like,
Mhm.
Lean over to Mal like, did you know she
And-
could do that?
Mal shakes her head.
There's definitely like anime style music coming from seemingly nowhere.
I 100% believe that. Like
That's
you
like
just
a
have an
glue.
aura of sparkle.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I'm saying it play
is
out. just
Captain
like
Nuggy sparkly too?
Yes.
What happens to the chicken?
The chicken,
Like,
prepare yourselves. During this transformation about the halfway part, Captain Nuggies launches himself out of Faye's arms and mid feathery flopping. What was that? That just scared the bejesus out of me. Oh my god.
it's Captain Nuggies.
Sorry. I can't tell if something actually happened or if I imagined it, but I just
heard the
spooked
noise.
There
myself.
was
heard
a
it.
noise.
Okay.
We heard a noise.
You're haunted.
Is this part of the horror game that you've set up with with the people that live with you, that they're gonna set up some sort of thing?
At the end, it's like secretly it was all reality instead
Oh
of
my
secretly
god,
it was
that
all a
would be rough.
dream.
I don't think I could handle that. Captain Nuggies mid
It's fine, it's Tom.
leap, like that transformation magic sprinkles down on Captain Nuggies, and just like Mare did, Captain Nuggies glows and turns into a anthropomorphic but small buff chicken wearing a cape of pink and glitter.
I love this so much.
As the transformation ends, and they both, like in tandem, they both touch down to the ground and they both strike the same superhero pose.
Perfect.
In Final Fantasy 14, we just had the Easter event, so everybody's running around in chicken outfits, and so all I can think is like a buff human body with the chicken head mask.
It's kind of like that. But like
amazing.
imagine like
Very
he's
small.
like a foot and a half tall.
Just the clucks, do they go like an octave deeper?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Oh, wow. This is gonna be a roller coaster of emotions
Wow.
today.
See, we don't need to do anything. They got this. Look, superheroes. Right, go get them.
That chicken.
Yay.
You know what? We're good. I think I'm at the point where I can just accept this.
Yep. All right, everybody, we
Bear
can go
just looks
home
at Joe and is
and
like,
they'll
don't
do
ask
this.
questions.
Oh, my head hurts.
Oh very serious finale.
Yes.
Wow.
Magical girl chickens. Horror
Okay.
games, y'all.
Well, so transformation, Faye is in awe. Mao is also in awe and very confused.
Ha!
Tom and
How the
Joe,
turns have
how are you
tabled.
doing?
How the turntables wiki.
Anyways, disregard
Tom was
me.
very reassured. He was worried he'd have to do scary things, but this is fine now. They've got this.
Okay, cool. Just so we're all clear, the city is still in a state of absolute destruction. Sounds of genocide and everything.
Oh, I know.
Okay, just making sure, reiterating.
Can't go
Well-
into that in first form. It's got to be second form.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't even our final form.
Oh my god, are we gonna have mecha chicken?
Yes.
We all become part of the transformation.
Yeah.
Do the
Mecha-
fusion dance, like when they fail individually.
Oh my god.
Yes.
It always comes
Okay.
back to anime.
Bringing it back. Bringing it. I am laughing too hard. What were we talking about?
I believe we were going to
Transformation
go
is complete.
deal with the genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen a transformation
Mhm.
and go.
All right, Faye, can you
know-
tell where he is? Where's Marble Boy?
Well, because the
Where's he
beacon's
at?
in the town square, right?
Is that
The
where we're
beacon
going?
is in the chapel.
Right, which is
I-
near the town square.
Yeah, it's at the city park area. Not that you guys have ever seen a map that I've showed you. It doesn't matter.
Does Faye have a feeling where our least favorite angel might be?
Yes. You
Like
do.
a sense.
You don't even need to roll for it. You have
Mm.
your dread is like a, oh my god, I don't mean to rhyme. Your dread is a thread that connects you
To bed?
Tom.
to the bedlam of chaos.
And we will be led.
Anyways.
So Faye's gonna say,
exactly.
I know
what
where
she said.
I know where he is.
All right.
I know where he is. I can feel him.
All right. Let's point us in the right direction, and we'll go. Tell him what's what.
Let's go commit some sacrilege.
And she sort of hesitantly points towards Dread.
All right.
Hey, Raven.
Not Judge Dread, just Dread.
You do a
All right. Well,
silent.
Okay.
don't get him, man.
solo.
I'll back you up. I'll be right behind you.
We're just gonna start flying off
Yeah,
towards the
and
city.
I follow, a little behind.
Okay, so Tom and Mare shoot ahead, leaving
Yes.
Faye, Joe, and Mao. I have a little fairy sprite that comes to crispy fruit and napkins. Anyways, sorry.
Star treatment.
I'm feeling really special today, guys. Leaving Joe, Mao, and Faye behind. Now, Faye, if you wish to fly ahead with the others, I am gonna need you to make some very serious weird rolls with disadvantage.
Ooh, yeah, I think she would fly hesitantly towards that direction.
Okay.
Would
So
she do
I'm gonna
that
have
at
you-
our speed, or would she go with Joe and Mao?
There would be a pause before I followed you.
Okay. Can I have you roll weird
gather
with
strength.
disadvantage?
Okay. Da. Come on. And
Whoa.
yeah.
That was impressive. You
9.
you are able to get up off the ground and use your wings but your wings suddenly feel like a contraption instead of a part of your body. And when you look down, you find that your wings are attached by a harness and what looks like a mechanical system that has been operating your wings.
I think she feels that, and I'm guessing wings flapped off. Doesn't look graceful or smooth anymore, but I get ahead like a wounded bird.
You're doing it regardless. So you take up after them. You're several clucks behind Tom and Mare, but you are on your way. Joe and Mao, you both are heading into I'm going to talk to myself in third person. You are both heading into the city together. You are the only people on foot, and you are facing expect to be facing some very terrible things, but we're going to come back to that.
Or for the new couple.
Nothing like trauma bonding.
Nothing like it.
All right, so Paladin and Raven, your characters are closing the distance quickly, but as like the chapel that is your intended target comes into view, you seem to strike a barrier in the air and cut like one that is incorporeal, like you cannot just phase through it, and you rebound off of this.
Ow, my nose.
Yeah.
The heck is this?
The bear looks a little perplexed. It's like, hell?
This is not fair. I'm supposed to be able to go through anything. I'm a ghost.
Same.
What is this?
As your friendly DM, might I remind you that you have a magic sheet of music. And what is music but a sound wave?
Ooh.
We're gonna break the sound barrier.
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna immediately make that connection.
That's fair.
Yeah, Mare's gonna keep poking at it, looking for like where the edges are, doing the whole like.
Yeah.
It seems to dome around the center of town, this charred forest and this chapel and this city park. And when
I guess
you
it's
kind
good
of
news
like,
that he's scared to faces. Any thoughts about how to get through this thing?
Yeah, Mare's
Have
just
I
like
caught up yet?
poking at it.
not yet. I have something for you.
Well, I could try like some dispel magic stuff or something like that, but something tells me it's not gonna work on this.
All right. I'm gonna
Actually-
take a really.
It could work.
Yeah, anything could work. I'm going to take a really close look at this shield using the sight, which I always have on, but I feel like I should mention. Allows me to see spiritual stuff, and that's what this is. So, does it give me any? Like, what is it?
So what you see with using the sight and kind of like focusing and honing in on that, the barrier visually ripples just to you, and instead of it being like a classic force field sort of thing like what you first ran into, you are seeing coils of wings that have just covered this entire area, and all of the feathers are charred black, and the moment you tap into that sight, several eyes at each of the hinge points, which there are too many for it to make sense, all open and stare at you. All the pupils of these eyes, like if you could imagine, like all of a sudden being the center of attention of 1,000 eyes that make up these, they're like polygon points almost in a 3D render. from the hinges of these wings staring at just you, but they do not move.
Oh, it's looking at me. There you go. You enjoy that, buddy? I flip off the shield. Go F yourself. Also, you know how I look like a human? That's just by choice. And I'm gonna like turn half my body into just like a lot of pointy things and poke every eyeball at the same time.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Do a general tough roll for me, and then we'll come back to what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
I have bubbly, guys.
Come on. Yes. Screw you, Azriel. I succeeded.
Yeehaw. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Faye, as you are flying over over this town, you're kind of limping along a little bit slower than the others. And as you're limping along, you can see your shadow limping along with you. But the moment you notice your shadow kind of dipping and sliding over the terrain as shadows do, your shadow begins to fall apart towards the end, and the tails of your shadow begin to flare out and slowly move and undulate, much as a shadowy friend of yours has done in the past.
Oh,
And your shadow very quickly becomes the fox that you had that emotional attachment to earlier.
so he appears as my shadow.
Yes.
Time to smash your ex.
I think this will definitely make Faye falter more because she thought that was behind. Like maybe she has this moment where she falters mid-flight, but still tries and get to Mare and Tom. Run! Run
Can
for
I have
your
you
life.
roll cool for me?
Yes.
All right. So you don't fall out of the sky, but you are absolutely unsettled. This has brought up a lot of additional conflicting emotions on top of whatever you're already feeling. And
She definitely looks
Sorry.
terrified now. Now she looks terrified, and she's not looked terrified up until now in the game. She's been
Okay.
very stoic. Now she looks terrified.
but you are able to make it to the others. And we're gonna come back to that because we're doing some time stuff. Joe and Mao. Mao takes Joe's hand and you guys sprint into the city.
Thanks for flying away, everyone.
We'll get our moment.
We
to
just thought you
shine.
needed some alone time.
Friends, and then
While
we
the
leave.
world is ending.
Right?
I mean, if not
When else are you
then,
gonna get some alone time?
yeah. If not then, when?
After we
suppose
save
you-
it.
I suppose you could say that Faye was being your wingman.
Yes.
I'm terrible.
You are
Oh, you're the
terrible.
best.
It's
Love that.
wonderful.
Oh, you
I
were
enjoyed
wonderful.
that.
All right, so Joe, we're both going to roll a cool
I'm cool.
roll for getting through this part of town.
I'm lukewarm.
Yeah, we're both lukewarm. It's fine. So Mao and Joe are sprinting through this town, and that cool is not just for keeping your head. Mao and Joe both are dodging flying debris, sliding over the hoods of broken, busted skeletons of cars, managing to lose adversaries that are literally chasing them and breathing down their backs. And you guys get about probably almost halfway there. You're in a very tight apartment dense area, but all of these buildings have been capsized, and you are impeded by a colossal obstruction of concrete, cement, and brick of one of these buildings. And from this this mess, a creature slithers up and over, and it is all tentacles, inky black, eyes that are just weeping acid and goo, and what looks like a centipede's amount of arms that are carrying it up and over this debris and absolutely blocking you.
Well, that's just unpleasant.
Joe is no longer giving any kind of flying fuck about this.
Let's. Have I tried diplomacy with the tentacle centipede void monster?
I mean, would you like to?
I look at Malvin like, shoot or not shoot?
Mal like single-handedly cocks her shotgun.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have. We're both gonna roll tough for this,
Let's kick some ass.
and then we're gonna come back to the outcome of that.
Absolutely not. We're gonna go ahead and do 6 that since we have a few.
All right.
Heck yeah.
At least that puts us into the
Good enough.
Oh yeah. All right. So going back to Tom and his super spiny sea anemone, sea urchin attempt of breaking down this wall. You do successfully stab several of these eyes, and you begin to see the wings are now pinwheeling or circling, but they haven't let you in yet. You can see glimpses of what's beyond, and you can see Azrael kind of at the center of, like, standing at the chapel, kind of conducting this terror
Okay.
of a barrier.
I see the barrier moving, and when I think the time is right, I'm gonna hop in and like try to keep it open, so Mare can use me as a door.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll cool for that again.
Okay. Gonna get a lot of levels. Failure.
Oh no.
Should I use the D6 for this?
That is
I think
up to
so.
you.
I think like even a half success would be preferable to, oh, we can't get into the church.
I mean, I can still try something.
I know, I like this. I like being the door. There we go. 10.
works.
Perfect success.
Full success.
Excellent. So you are able. It was like you kind of rebounded for a second, like you didn't quite time it right, but right at the last moment, like you responding to that lack of timing opens up exactly what you were looking for, and you are caught like a cog in the wheels of this spinning barrier of eldritch terror.
Yeah.
Biblical
I'll be like,
terror.
I'm a door. I'm a door. Come on, go through quickly. Come on, right now. Ah, this hurts. Ah, the pain. Oh.
This is about the time that you are also rolling up to the door. I mean, the door that is now Tom.
Okay.
I'm adorable.
Tom is adorable. Or
So
would that be adorkable?
Faye's gonna do a very clumsy landing.
You just crashed your way
Is
through this.
man still following me?
Yes, actually.
Oh, damn.
But so
So-
Tom, Faye kind of crash lands through you, holding this door open.
Okay.
And what
Good.
happens is the three of you kind of get spit out of this barrier.
All right. So Mare also makes it. So that's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Mare went through when Paladin or Tom was holding that open, correct?
I hope so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it would depend on if Mare saw Faye and everything, but even if she did, if Faye went through the thing, then Mare would be right behind. So, long way of saying yes.
Okay. Cool. So you, Tom and Faye, you kind of like cat in the yarn ball, fall through this barrier. And as you do, a third party member gets mixed up into your tussle, and you all hit the ground. But Paladin, what you thought was Faye is no longer Faye, and it is the fox standing up and straightening himself, standing between you and Faye.
We've been outfoxed.
Aha!
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all of us and the fox. Yes.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
except for Joe and Mao.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
They're off on their own adventure.
Off having shotgun
Is that guy?
dot weddings.
Yeah.
You know, you should really get over your obsession. This is called stalking, and it's not good.
The fox doesn't bother with an answer and just tips his hat and turns his back on you. Tails swishing.
There you go. Yeah, just walk away.
But instead he faces Faye.
Faye's gonna try and do that like scrambling back on the floor thing.
In
Like,
a
is that,
complete
like-
opposite vibe, he strides over, and just for player information, this gives both Mare and Tom the opportunity to get to Azrael if you so choose. But the fox, in like its perfect shoulder back, prim and proper way, advances to Faye and reaches down and simply puts a hand on her shoulder.
They're gonna
Rather
do
than
something? Yeah, okay.
running off to Azrael, Mare's pretty much in full like fighting stance, got the wand out, and is wanting to give Faye a chance to like do this on her own. But the moment it looks like Faye's in trouble, Mare's just gonna blast the hell out of this thing.
I'm gonna see this through. I was like, let's switch. No, hold on. So the moment that Fox touches your shoulder, it's like the visions that your God has given you. And for a brief moment, you are standing in that forest grove with the aural energy of your God circling in front of you in the way that you've seen him before. The light, the outline made of light and shimmery metallic to show the horned creature that this God has showed itself to be.
Okay. So this is gonna outwardly change how she seems, and for now the fear disappears, and she gracefully stands up. Looks a bit like her old self.
You're in this forest. I mean, your friends see you.
Yeah.
Your friends see that you've stood up, but to you, you're no longer here. You are seeing something absolutely different. And you stand up and you greet your God.
Yes. I bow deeply, reverently.
Your
To my
God nods its head at you and offers a hand. Like it puts its hand out in like a welcoming, warm, gesturing way. And your God has never offered its hand to you except when you called upon big magic.
She reaches out a hand, but it feels wrong because this is a god. So it's a very, so is this okay? I really want to, but is this okay?
So
Kind
again,
of
you
gesture
guys are
that she-
seeing her pantomiming this and her not entirely being here. Faye, you reach out and touch the hand of your god, and everything ripples around you. And for a moment, you're staring at yourself. And for a moment, you are the shimmery light. You are the golden hue of light falling through dappled shadows. You are the dust motes. And for a moment, you are staring at yourself in gilded horns, all draped in molten gold and light. And you realize that you were your god. You were who you needed to be this entire time. You just weren't able to see it. And to the rest of you, to Mare and Tom, you're seeing this, and she reaches her hand out, and starting at her fingertips, almost like she is made of light, this warm, vibrant hue of gold begins to just ripple across her skin. And like she had done in the past, where her god had encased her in a shell, instead she is her shell. And the light pours up, and she has these massive, beautiful horns that come up, and a cloak of golden leaves that become her wings shedding off of her.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I look gorgeous.
Yes! So we're gonna hop back to Joe and Mal.
Since I did hit, I will be using Precise Strike to
Okay.
aim for a weak spot. So we'll see how that goes.
So both you and
I'm taking it because this is actually hilariously going to level me.
my God.
both of you level. What happens when precise
So when
strike goes wrong?
I still get to do my regular damage, but on a miss, I leave myself open to the monster.
Okay. So you. Sorry, I've got hardcore shakes right now. So you and Mao both like you guys have like this synchronicity, and you both you load the chamber, you aim, and you fire one after the other, and you both have 2 rounds in your, well, you have a shotgun too, right?
Yeah, I also have other guns, so
How many rounds? You empty your chamber at this thing, and you both strike. This creature gets hit once and tries to move out of the way, sustains a secondary hit, and like whips out one of its arms and tries to take out your knees, flooring you. Mao grabs the back of your shirt, yanks you out of the way, and the creature's secondary strike that was meant for you strikes her leg. And then Mao reloads and fires again, and the creature kind of like begins withdrawing. You have a chance to attack, which we're going to use the same roll for that, just for saving time. And you are able to strike it, and the thing just like completely loses its form and turns to a balloon popping full of water, just like goop goes everywhere. And I mean, a little wounded, but still okay. Mao comes to pull you back to your feet, and you continue running towards the center of town.
let me take damage.
Oh yeah! Shoot, I'm sorry. Hold on.
That's okay. We're good. We're good.
Here, just for you. You guys make it over the rubble, and what kind of looks like it might be a hand reaches out and slashes the back of your calves. You take
Oh,
2 points of damage.
oof. Yeah.
Let's jump back before we go on break to our hardy trio here. The effect of your light is so strong that Fox is no longer there.
I'll just
That is freaking
glow
awesome.
then.
The magical transformation.
Let's head on over to everyone's least favorite angel.
I like
more
there's
confident now?
2 angels and it's least and most favorite.
Yeah.
We know who wins in this
Um,
popularity contest.
I think Mare might make an ice crystal prism type thing as Faye's doing all this glowing and just like have it spinning in the air, so there's just like rainbows going everywhere.
I love it. Oh my god, it's so
I
pretty.
love
It's
Important
the
when you're-
only color that has been in this town since the beginning.
It's important when you're saving the world to do it in style.
Of
Absolutely.
I'll talk to Faye. Like, are you feeling better now? You look
She just
different.
smiles, and you just get a sense.
Still not a talker. Okay. No, we got it. You're doing good. All right, let's go. And I'll
Gold
make a
stars.
trumpet and I'll like, do like
Hmm.
a battle thing. Like, do, 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 do.
Excellent. Boop-a-dee-doo.
A horn.
Since we were talking about Final Fantasy, that's what comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
So Mare has brought together these rainbow crystals. Like, before we go on break, I feel like I just need to set this up visually. These rainbow crystals are kind of like hovering in the air, refracting the light from Faye. And we have Tom, who I'm gonna add a little set dressing to you, has like full coattails, battle regalia with his war horn and all of that. And you have the front of this chapel, which up until this point, except for Tom, the rest of you haven't really been able to see truly what is there. And you have the air around the front of the chapel door ripples, and almost like Azrael is pulling the cloak of reality off of himself. He comes into view, and Azrael is shown often being depicted with this turban or this head wrap. And as he pulls it off, your human understanding can no longer quantify what you see. There are no words to describe Azrael in his true form. There is only terror, delight, and fear, delight, like the song. And the sensation of thousands of wings whipping and wrapping around him and unfurling at the same time, and all of these eyes blinking and these mouths opening and long lolling tongues falling out of it, and each of these tongues have a gold, or not the gold, the green marble in it. And he looks at you and he says, "Are you ready to make your choice?" And that's where we're gonna go on break.
We love a biblical
scary.
angel.
Oh my God.
This sounds like
I-
we all have to make cool rolls. To
Yes.
I have a great response when we come back from break too. Looking forward to it.
That's your cool
Excellent.
roll. You might get scared. Who knows?
Oh,
Y'all
I will
have
use luck to
plenty
get the
of
line off
dice
if I
or
have to.
luck. Yeah, you guys haven't. You guys really haven't dipped into your luck very often, so that is
Thank
there.
God.
Yeah, I've used it
I've used
once.
one this entire campaign.
Yeah, same.
impressed.
I've used
One.
one.
I don't remember why.
I can't remember why either. I think it was a big monster that y'all came in contact with.
Big
Mm.
monster. Well, that narrows it down.
I used mine when I was shooting Medusa.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe that's where I
I-
used mine as well.
I might have used mine to keep Mao alive because I
I think
Maybe
you're
I'll-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vague memories.
You were the best. You win. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Just
we're gonna
a-
take. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just your neighborhood conflicted angel.
All right, we're gonna take a break. So go grab water, hydrate, grab snacks, stretch your legs, all that good stuff. Then we'll be back in 15 minutes, and we'll see this final showdown. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
The ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.
we're back.
Woo!
Let's do this.
All right. So, Azrael has revealed himself. And with that, we're going to hop back. Oh, wait, no. Mare had something that she wanted to say before we hop over to Joe and Mal.
Yeah, so the last thing Azrael said was are you ready to make a choice? Mare just sort of like looks this guy square in the eyes, all of them, and looks at him,
Like,
looks at Faye, and motions at Faye and goes, "Good angel." Motions to Azrael, "Bad angel." She pulls out her magic wand. She goes, "I'm just the girl with the wand."
I love it.
That was excellent delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
They will say, I don't make the same mistake twice.
Love that.
Ooh.
Any quips from Tom?
Nope, I'm hiding.
Oh, he
behind
lost his
Faye.
cool.
Oh, yeah, you're
I
right.
fulfilled my
You
cool
did lose your
roll,
cool.
so I'm hiding behind Faye.
Did the two of you use cool or any luck for that roll?
Oh, I still need to roll.
Can't be cool if you fail your roll.
It's a 9. I will
Close enough.
I will add a d6 to that to make it work if I need to.
All right.
Do I need to?
I mean, you'll still be able to make your quip. You're just not like top of the game.
Oh, no, it's got to be top of the game. I'll throw a d6 at it.
Has to be a zinger.
Yes.
Important for our one-liners that we nail them.
It's for
It's
later
all about-
information too. I don't think you want to be scared in this fight.
Yeah, we got to go into it strong. The psychological strategy of the warfare here. So that's.
Did you
a
hear that
13
description?
instead.
I'm perfectly within my rights to be terrified. So
Yes,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
unknowable biblical horror.
marbles. No.
Faye,
So
I am
cool.
not going
My
to have
worst
a roll
fear.
of cool because you are hyped up on self-confidence right now.
I am God.
The strongest
am
drug of
God.
all.
Yes.
If we all had self-confidence, we'd all be gods, but alas, here we are, inhuman. So let's hop back to Joe and Mao. We have mostly narrowly defeated that creature. Well, we defeated one creature. Joe got slashed because she wanted to be injured. And we have made it. We're crossing the halfway mark. Mao and Joe are. We're gonna keep that cool rule. You're not trapped by any falling debris, like buildings explode, and you just manage to slide into cover just at the nick of time. It's like very war zone, like explosions going off and eldritch creatures pouring out. And you eventually come to this barrier. You can't see it at first. Mal runs headlong into it and like rebounds off of it, and like there's like blood pouring down the front of her face, and she puts her hands up and resets her nose and then spits up more blood because like, drainage. And she's like, ow, and puts her hand on it to show Joe that there's a wall there that we can't see.
This is like belatedly, but I'm like, if Joe was not such a serious character, I'm just imagining the jumping over like cars and stuff and just going parkour, parkour. Anyway, so we've arrived at Barry, and it's like, this is definitely magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't suppose a shotgun would work on it, huh?
I have my doubts. We could try, but I have my doubts. Mao kind of like takes like like she sits and thinks, and she opens up her backpack and she starts dumping shit out of it. Like used wrappers, a tire iron, a like half an arcade, like if not an arcade, but like half a pinball machine, like if somebody cut the poster part of the pinball machine off. Yes.
If this whole journey has taught me anything, it's that science and magic can totally interact. Thank you, Mayor. We're going to investigate this shield and see what I can make to counteract it.
Do it. Mal's just in the background, like with the trash heap.
I'm gonna luck this because I want this to be cool.
Okay. Let me just make sure that there's not any specifics that I need to keep in mind with that luck use.
Whee. Oh,
Huh.
you're absolutely
Okay.
right, Paladin.
You ready for some heavy background information?
Yes, give me the lore dump.
Oh yeah, there's a tuning for it. That's great. I forgot about that. So you're investigating this. Like you go through your whole list of things to check out. You put your hands on it, you listen to it. And as you're doing this, something about this feels very familiar, very, you've been through these steps before, but you can't pull that specific information back to you. Like something is missing. And there's a part of this that, like, you know, that Asher was involved in whatever this memory is being triggered. And like you're getting into your tools, like you're ready to like chip and handle it and try and take samples of it and all of this. And like that first like impact, it's like a shockwave moves through you, and you realize that when all of this dream nonsense started, like as young as you were, as lone as you were at the time when it first opened up, this is what it felt like when the tears in reality began. And last time you closed your eyes, you made a wish for a friend, and you walked through that tear.
This was when Joe was literally locked in a vent. Poor baby Joe. Okay, Joe's second ever weird roll, I guess. Because I'm like, I just know that Tom is on the other side of this.
And Tom is your friend.
And Tom is my friend. I'm done with him. I'm done with needing imaginary friends. My real friends need me now,
Okay.
presumably.
Roll weird for me.
I'd like just use the luck too. For fuck's sake. All right, give me the D6. Acceptable.
Acceptable. So you do this. You like you make this call out to Tom. Your friend in all of this, your friend since the beginning, as far as like since returning from Asher, your friend. And in a way you realize that Tom has been there more than Asher was for you. And that realization, that coming to know, starts in your hands. You have your hand, I imagine your hands are pressed up against
Like hands and forehead.
and there's like friendship is magic kind of moment where that warmth or that compassion and that belief just radiates from your hands, and for a moment that veil is lifted and you see the wings and the eyes that create this barrier, and almost like it is recoiling from you, it opens a rift in its own force field. Friendship is magic. Magic is friendship. You immediately go through.
Oh yeah, I'm imagining she falls through because it's very Joe to fall. I would like to call out Paladin's comment because it's actually really good and wonderful. Where he's in the chat, he says Asher was there whenever you needed them. Tom was there even if you didn't.
True friendship.
Tom was there even when I didn't want him there, and that is why we're best friends.
Good shit. So you fall through, and the moment that you fall through this gateway, the barrier closes up, and Mao's still on the other side. And Mao looks up like you can see Mao like halfway, like, oh no, like bag dropped behind, pile of random shit behind her.
I imagine that the backpack is on top of the pile and it just keeps growing.
Yes, like kind of thing. And Mao gets to the barrier and she can't get through, but she points and tries to shout at you, and you're not really able to hear her, but you see her mouth moving, and she says, I'll be here when you're done, is what she's trying to tell you. Whether or not you are able to know that is on you. Tom, this burst of magic from Joe alerts you. Like, you are immediately aware of where Joe is.
I'll look at the angel. I should go check what that is. And I'll just go right. I'll go straight there.
And there's Joe, who's made it through the barrier.
Hi, buddy.
I like see Tom and immediately forget that he's incorporeal and try to hug him and just fly through.
Aw. I'm glad to see you too, and I'll just be there. I'll let you get up on your own this time. How about that?
Joe gets to stand up on her own for once. She like dusts herself off, like meant to do that.
I've never gotten up before. What is this?
I'm not being picked up like a wet cat.
Mm-hmm. So,
what's the situation?
As was over there, Faye and Mare are doing the combat thing. I went over here because he's really scary. But maybe when you're here, we can do it together.
I feel like we could do anything together.
Heck yeah!
That's how I feel right now.
We totally could.
Let's go kick some ass.
Mm-hmm. I'm like not 100% sure. You can sense that Thomas is not like super confident about this angel guy because he's really scary. But
I gotta think of something good to say. Then
he's willing to fake it for you.
It's just like in any of the books that you love, we're the big damn heroes. Let's go be big damn heroes.
Yeah, just like in that one with my friend wrote, only without all the kissing stuff and just the fighting.
Just the fighting.
Just the fighting.
All right, well, let's.
Yeah,
All right, so you guys are gonna try and approach. Let's hop back to Mare and Faye. You guys are squaring off with our buddy Asriel.
Is there an order of combat?
Who wants to punch him more?
Yeah, I think that's really the baseline.
Well, we have beef. We have the entire buffet worth of beef. So, I'm going to attack with a buttload of magic, and if I succeed, I know exactly what I want it to look like. So can I big magic?
What would you like to sacrifice for big magic?
Oh yeah.
Do regular
You could
magic.
also buddy up with Mare, and you both
Mhm.
could work together on it.
I'm
Let's
so down
do
for this.
that. Let's do that. I have an idea.
my
Follow
God.
the
I have an
friendship
idea.
theme.
I have an idea. I'm gonna
What's your idea?
summon. I'm gonna summon like this massive, beautiful white horse, and with your anime girl magic, you should make it a unicorn, and we use that to beat his. Yes.
All right. But it has to be a unicorn that like shoots rainbow lasers out of
course.
its horn.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
So,
And
so
like
in,
with-
in this mode, Mare's magic has abandoned the fear aspects, and we're just going happy sunshine.
Yes.
Kind of,
Oh.
yeah. It's still ice based, but
I mean,
but,
terrifying
yeah, also-
to Angel, the angel of death.
But he's also
Yeah.
kind of the angel of hopelessness.
Yeah.
Straight impale this demon on the horn, Jason's.
All right.
Why else would
Like
an
an
animal
apple.
have a horn if not to impale with?
And then on his
Yeah.
back should be Captain Nuggies.
Yes,
Our
absolutely.
buff chicken man.
Yes.
Yeah.
A tiny buff chicken man.
Like, is he still white or is he pink now?
I don't know.
I think the outfit is pink, and he's still.
Yeah,
Because
he's
got
white.
he's got a glittery pink cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's like shimmery, iridescent white, and then has like a pink outfit and cape on. And he's
Gonna say,
buff
just-
chicken.
I'm just
Is he wearing an
imagining-
outfit or is it just a speedo?
I'm
He's
just
like this
imagining-
small.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
he's
just
like
imagining
This small on a massive horse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's the
Just imagining him
tiniest chicken
standing on
man.
top of the unicorn, fists on his hips and going, "Your eggs have been cooked." As the unicorn's just shooting this rainbow out.
Guys, the last thing that I thought was going to happen today was a chicken man on the back of a rainbow unicorn. flying
The
into
beauty
battle
of
against the
tabletops.
You
Collaborative
said
storytelling.
combine your magics. My magic is animals.
By your
This is-
powers
oh my
combined, I am
God.
Captain Nuggies.
Troll recommended.
Now the
a-
unicorn needs a name.
Troll recommended a lollipop lance, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Sounds good. I'm all for it.
I'm imagining like those hard candy sticks.
And
All right.
why not Lance for the unicorn name?
So for this joint effort,
Yeah.
I need you both to roll for me.
I'm
be
assuming this is weird.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's an 8 out of 10.
Yes.
All right.
You both are successful. You are able to do this. There's a strange side effect, but I'm not going to let you know what that side effect is yet. Oh wait, don't you have a thing that negates side effects, or was that something else I was reading for Mare?
That's for Neon Devils too. That's
Dang it.
something I got for Tilda. Mare doesn't have that.
Everything's bleeding together right now.
I mean,
Uh,
we got an
We're
hour
already
left. and
2 weeks
3D
ahead.
3d6 left. I mean, if everybody's okay with it, I can throw that in there so there's not a glitch as we attack the big bad.
Let's have a beautiful unicorn with no glitches.
I mean, you could also add luck, and I'll just wrench your heartstrings.
I
mean-
just need a 2, so I think the d6 sounds like the better
Yeah,
option here.
D6.
All right.
Don't roll
I
a
just
one.
have to give props to this suggestion for the unicorn name, which is Stab Face. Stab Face the unicorn.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
good.
14. 14 feels better. And yes, I love
Yes.
stab face.
All right. So you guys power of friendship, our powers combined. Wonder
There's a whole
Twins
dance that Mare
unite.
does.
Whatever it is, you are successful. And this unicorn with Captain Nuggy on the back in his cute little outfit riding into battle against Azrael. Oh my god. You guys see this, by the way. Paladin and Joe. Like, imagine absolutely black and white grayscale landscape with Azrael at the center of it, and all of a sudden, this very colorful rainbow unicorn appears, pulled forth from this little dance and jig that they do together, like wee kind of thing. I don't know if that instills hope or concern in you guys. You can decide. But you are very successful and stab face the unicorn and Captain Nuggies crash against this monster that is Azrael.
Oh,
And
God.
That's pretty cool.
I'm trying to decide what happens. It is
Takes damage.
Yes, it does take damage. You can see that the unicorn is very effective at tearing up some of the wings and eyes and gouging mouths out with its horn. And it does its lot of damage. And it serves its purpose.
We just got stab face.
He died in glory. He's fine.
I don't know
die?
if I want to kill him.
At least he would die doing what he loves. Gorging
Exactly.
things.
Exactly.
Or gouging things, rather. Not gorging.
What if his name
Gorging
was
on the fleshy
Gorgeous?
bits and gouging things?
Mm.
Yes.
He is beauty and beast.
So I'm going to reintroduce the horror aspect of this game.
As long as Captain Nuggies makes it out, I want him to backflip off.
Is that the bottom line? Captain Nuggies survives?
I
horse
mean,
is-
it's Mare's
yeah.
chicken.
I mean, you know, if it comes down to Captain Nuggies or us, you
Yeah.
know, I would choose us.
That's fair. Okay. So the tussle happens, giving Joe and
Tom?
yes, and Tom.
Oh.
Sorry, there was more noises. There's a lot of noise going on today. Gives you guys
oh.
enough time to catch up. Yes.
I forgot. I should mention I have devastating also. So when I inflict harm, I inflict +1 harm if that does anything
Okay.
here.
Okay. I'm keeping that in mind. It's a brutal fight of rainbows and misery. But Azrael manages to finally wrestle Stabby Face the unicorn. Captain Nuggies backflips off right at the last second. I love you guys. And just as Azrael's claws and mouths and feathers all come down and sink deep, wrist deep, or as below the surface of deep that you can get when penetrating flesh. God, I am awful today. And rather than tearing Stabby Face the unicorn apart, that seed of misery expands, and almost like a toxin or a poison from the many faceted hands and teeth that have laid into this, Stabby Face the unicorn quickly becomes Stabby Faced the Corrupticorn.
Oh
Corrupt.
no!
See, I want to see that. I want to see that image.
Like
Want to see that
imagine
fella.
imagine Schleppnir
I'm thinking
but
like
like
the
demonic eldritch
Mm.
space horror.
There's
Raven's Plate
actually
Inquisition, right?
What was
Yeah.
that?
You remember like the bog unicorn
Yeah.
from Inquisition is what I'm.
There's also literally an episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow where there is a happy unicorn and then it turns into a hell horse.
Yes,
That's
kind of like that.
wonderful.
But
It
like
eats a
It's
nipple.
disgusting. It has like flesh like dripping off of it and like flame coming out of its mouth. It's horrifying.
yeah, consider something like that, but like extra legs have appeared, and some of those legs have human hands instead of hooves. and it's just like it's got like 4 eyes on one side and 7 eyes on the other, and it's gross.
Awesome.
Now my nose is running. What have I done? I'm allergic to cute. And Azrael deposits this corrupticorn back onto you guys, and your precious Stabby makes Stabby face. His name's just gonna get longer and longer. His attentions have now been turned upon you.
There's
Oh,
just
shit.
be like, get your own damn unicorn.
That is Azrael's turn. So I believe Paladin or Joey can go next.
Go shoot the
Paladin,
horse.
would you like to do 2d6 or advantage to a player?
Oh, D6s.
Okay.
We could use
running
some more
out.
D6s.
And I'll be like, Joe, shoot the horse.
Yep.
That's sad.
We hardly knew you, stab face. Yeah, I'm gonna kick some ass on this corrupticorn.
Thank you, Michael Wayne.
Thank you. Well, fuck. Ooh.
I knew we
dear.
needed those D6s.
We've got new d6s, and there's luck.
Thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. But not really. It was all thanks to Michael Wayne.
Mhm, mhm.
What would you like to do, Joe?
I'm kind of thinking maybe I won't.
You're gonna take it?
Yeah.
All right. So you step up. You're all supercharged from your badass kicking moments with Mao earlier.
This is all a clever ruse to get Tom hyped up.
And your gun fires, but it hits, it strikes, but it's almost like a glancing blow, and the unicorn turns its sights on you directly, and it lowers its horn, snorts fire and brimstone and sulfur, and charges at you.
Protect someone?
What was that?
I'm going to try to protect someone. That's going
Okay.
to be my action.
All right. What are the details of protect someone again?
I don't know. I take the
When
damage.
I think it's
when you prevent harm to
roll.
another character, roll plus tough.
Oh, tough.
I have done that. And it has been a
you-
success.
Yes.
On 10 plus, you choose an extra, so you can either suffer little harm, -1 harm. All impending danger is now focused on you. Inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back.
What
I'm
would
going
you
to
like to
inflict
do,
harm on
Tom?
the horse.
One more time?
He's
So I'm
gonna.
Yeah, I pick some. First I take the damage, and then I think I picked 2 things now. Was that right?
Yes.
Or was it 1?
It just says choose 1 extra.
1 extra?
Okay.
Cool. I hurt the horse in return.
Okay.
So the
So
horse hurts me, I hurt the horse.
excellent. Tom, how do you do this? Tell us.
I'm just going to hop in front and try to wrestle it.
Okay.
Wrestle the corrupticorn.
You're very, very, very successful. You come away scraped and bruised with this corrupticorn. Its horn has nicked you in a couple of places. You take 2 damage from that. If you have any armor or protection,
I don't have armor, but
it-
I have healing because I hurt it and I heal from every hurt I do. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
instantly fine again.
We love to see it.
And
Excellent.
it takes 2 damage. Which
Life
ignores armor.
steal.
Yeah. So
I'm
it takes its
secretly a
damage.
vampire.
It looks very, very unhappy to be hurt. And it scrambles back to its feet. I believe it is now Faye or Mare's turn. You guys kind of shared a turn. So.
We got the horse. You focus on him.
We got this.
Yeah, I'll let Faye go first.
And there were no consequences for my failure.
Okay, so let's do what I'm best at, which is animal attacks. I'm going to make a gigantic alligator
So
that
close.
has a huge maw and try and swallow him with it.
Excellent.
We'll
All
get
right.
a giraffe one day.
Yeah. This just wasn't the giraffe moment, I guess. Yeah.
No, should I have made like a, I don't know, death giraffe? It's an alligator for now.
Two more
Yeah,
d6 for the cast. We're gonna need it.
Yay! Thank you,
Ooh,
Michael.
thank you.
Saving our lives.
I'm gonna have you roll weird for that.
Weird. Come on, alligator. You can do it. Damn it.
Well, time for more d6s.
I'm gonna let that fail.
We're just like, it's early. Let's let it fail.
Let it fail because there's more. I have ideas. I have ideas.
We have a
don't
whole
worry.
campaign ahead. Oh no, wait.
Wait a second. This is the last one.
All right. So you go to cast your giraffe, or not your. God damn it.
Death giraffe. Death giraffe.
It failed because it wasn't a giraffe. That's why it failed. It failed because it was an alligator, not a giraffe.
You're you've called forth this alligator that should have been a giraffe but wasn't. And like you see the jaws of a real alligator clamp up around Azrael, and it's almost like an optical illusion where you move like you shift your weight from one foot to the other, and as you do so, what you're looking at is cardboard, a cardboard alligator that Azrael literally just like backhands out of the way and takes steps towards you.
That's the face she pulls. That's the reaction.
So I believe it is now Mare's turn.
Oh, go.
Yeah. I got a thing to do. Mayor's gonna look to Tom and say, "Hey, get ready to do the thing."
But
And-
the horse.
and point like at herself.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Yes.
and then she's gonna jump into Azrael's head with the big entrance, and keep him occupied for a little bit.
Okay.
Good call.
And then Tom's gonna possess Mare?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shouldn't I be
Oh,
possessing
Lord.
the angel?
I don't think that's possible.
You could try.
I feel like we'd hit
I
like one
would
of
try,
those
but Mare
invisible walls in
specifically
video
told me to
games.
possess her. So
Yeah, because I'm not using my body for the moment.
Yeah, with consent, I'm not gonna make you really roll for it unless you
I'm-
wanna.
I'm throwing
No,
a
that's
d6
fine.
on that.
Okay. And that's for you entering his mind, right?
That's for the big entrance.
Okay.
I can also roll for going into the head too. I suppose you're right. I should do that. Okay, so that's 10 for I'm here for a reason, or not that big entrance. So everyone stops to watch and listen to you until you finish your opening speech. So everyone inside Azrael's head has to pay attention to me until I finish my speech.
Okay.
And then weird to get in there. 7. You know what? I'll use a luck for this one
Okay.
to make it super successful. So it's a 12 instead. When I spend luck, the keeper will bring your fate into play. My fate tags are magical powers. You can save the world, a nemesis, and no normal life.
Okay. All right.
Um,
While this is happening, I would like to remind you all, the rest of you outside of Azrael's head, that the beacon is in the chapel as player or
Hmm.
character knowledge. You
Oh,
guys all
right,
know
we
that
could
that's
probably
still
just light
there.
that and be done with it.
Just gonna
we're-
leave that
Oh,
there
no.
for you.
No,
We
Anita!
lost Anina.
No.
I would
Voices.
also like to note
Her
that
people
Mare,
needed her.
that
Sorry, say that
Mare,
again?
there we go. Let me just shuffle people
I'm
around
back.
here. I would also like to note that Mare, since I did get the 12, if you're okay with this, has taken a mental copy of the cookbook that she found a while back, and that is her heroic speech. She's just reading the cookbook, and he has to listen.
Add a
Including all
pinch
the
of salt.
Never
stories
a
about
more
why it's-
heroic moment.
Okay. All right. You guys make my life so interesting. All right. I'm trying to think of like where to start. Okay. Azrael has been diffused for now. We're gonna get to Mare inside of his mind in just a moment. He is listening to that speech. You are very effective.
This is how you properly braise beef ribs.
Paladin, with Mare's consent, you are able to possess her body.
No, wait. I think I think the order of this should be Joe shoots the horse, which allows me to just do my thing, and I think I'm gonna try to possess Azrael anyway, because I've been thinking about it, and that's just
Oh,
way more risky, but way more rewardy.
Also, the whole point of you taking Bear is so that Bear's not just standing in the middle of the field.
Sure, but if I get him,
I'm there.
and I'm gonna, yeah.
Oh, Tom's gonna be in so much trouble.
Yes, so that's why I think that's good. So
Okay. I've tried to keep you alive this long. Let's
this
see.
is fine. If that's cool, like,
Yeah.
would you like to again shoot the horse?
Oh yeah, I could shoot a horse.
There you
And
go.
it's not
I'd
even
shoot a
are
horse.
you sure?
I
It's
shoot a horse
I've
every
tried to
day.
keep you alive. That's when you know it's a bad idea.
Mhm. Finally.
Perfect.
Joe shoots
Yes.
the fuck out of this horse.
You do. You
Yep.
are so good at shooting this horse.
Horse.
Yeah.
You fire both your shotgun rounds into this horse, and it takes a knee. It's not quite
Okay, we're using
entirely-
precise strike then to inflict more damage.
all right. Lay it on. Wow.
I inflict
impressive.
additional +2 damage.
Your first shot brings it down to its knees, and you executioner style end this poor Corrupticorn's life.
That
We
is
loved
so
you,
badass.
stab face. Remember that.
Okay. So I'm gonna disentangle myself from the dead horse. I'm gonna take like a running leap and then go right into Azrael. I'm gonna use a point of luck to possess him.
Okay.
Yes.
And Joe's just like, Mare, just.
All right.
Somebody
is
grab
way
my
more
body,
fun for
please.
Yeah,
Joe and Faye,
I'll
you
pick you
have-
up and take you to the chapel.
all right. You guys are able to kind of mosey past the biblical abomination that is Azrael.
Faye
he-
stays with Azrael. I'll stay there. You
I'm like, I'm gonna
you
just,
take Mare and
I'm gonna be
Vermees.
in the building. I'll yell
Sure.
if there's bad shit. It's like
Go,
firemen
go.
carry Mare.
All right, Joe. We gonna come back to you.
Mhm.
And Faye. Bear. Tom.
Yes, I have so many good thoughts. You know what I can do when I'm in his mind?
What
I
can
can
you
use
I
his
also-
powers. What can he do? He can remove bits of people's personality, and I'm going to use it on himself.
You're gonna deconstruct him. All
Yep.
right.
I'm gonna
Bear.
Such
just
a stop
erase
hitting yourself
everything that makes
energy.
him.
Once Tom's done his quite literal mind fuckery, I have an idea as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with Mare. Mare, you're reciting this cookbook. And Azrael's attention is focused on you. And as he zeroes in on your presence in his mind, you're able to withstand these images and this mental landscape that he prepares for you and the feelings that you feel, but you are given the full force of Azrael, the exhaustion, the tired, that sensation of you just want to go to sleep. You are so heavy and so over this, and you will never have the life that you want. Then you get snapshots of seeing things that everybody else in your group gets to obtain except for you, and it's just like one low blow after another after another. And it finally kind of comes to a head where you're standing in your parents' kitchen, like a little kitchenette of an apartment building, floral drapery. There's like a flower on the table, and it's a reoccurring memory that just doesn't sit right. It's that one thing, that terrible, terrible, awful, no good thing that changed your perception of yourself.
Okay. I think Mare is again using an anime example, the fighting scenes, where the hero just like gotten the absolute snot kicked out of them, but they're just like barely standing, but they're still smirking, you know. Um, she's exhausted from all of it and has sort of withstood the brunt of all this depression and trauma and PTSD stuff that keeps coming back up. And I think with that last memory, Azrael kind of fucks up. Um, because Mare's been able to kind of like that's still there, but she's been able to kind of move past it because of everything that she's been through with the party. And realizing like she doesn't have to change herself, she could be who she wants. Um, and so I think that'll be kind of what snaps her out of it enough to go um basically be like, it's okay. I've accomplished what I came for, and just sort of double flip off Azrael and hop out.
Okay, so that leaves Tom. Um,
First, I'm going to turn him from nightmare mode back into just a guy.
okay. I mean, he's still a creepy looking dude, but
Yeah,
at least now
sure,
he's
but-
not in nightmare mode.
Yeah. I think that happens just naturally because I'm not going to focus any of his powers on that.
Right. So
And
that's
then
what
I'm-
Faye sees,
Yeah.
is him returning to normal. Go on.
And then I'm gonna just like, I don't know if I can. I don't think there's one-liners because he's not even here. So I'm just gonna really try to use all that horrible nightmare depression stuff on himself. He's the one who could never get anything and is always forgotten and alone. And he might as well just let go and drift away into nothingness.
I love
Listen
it.
to some Beach Boys.
Just make him live what you lived through.
Yeah.
Well,
He
live.
didn't write Still Standing, so
I need
Oh, I
half
missed
half a minute to think about that. So while I put the response to that together, let's jump to Joe. Joe, you have Mayor's body. You are hauling ass into this chapel, and it's classic. It's a single large room chapel with the dais at the front, broken stained glass. The pews are kind of busted and dilapidated. It's clear nobody has been in here for a very long time. But where the dais is, the pulpit that somebody would speak at, is instead what you recognize as a beacon, the final beacon.
Ah, perfect. I've got Mare on my back. She's got a lighter and hairspray.
It's true. Let me know when in this Mare gets back, by the way, too.
I'm gonna be smart, and I am gonna scan first before just running in, because I am suspicious.
You should be suspicious all the time.
Nothing is that easy.
Roll sharp.
Yeah. Okay, well, give me that D6.
D6s.
Are you serious?
Would
You
you
got
like
luck.
to?
I'm lucky. Okay, let's luck. Freaking jeez. You can't
Oh.
stop me, game. I will succeed. I've already taken some failures this round.
So you use luck,
Mm-hmm.
and sure enough, in the shadows along the sides of the pews where you would likely have walkways, you recognize first that there are strange stone statues. And in the shadows beyond those statues, you can see very predatory, reflective set of eyes that moves like silk through the dark. You can see the very faint, dim lit shimmer of scale, and you can most certainly hear the sound of slithering against stone. Now, you did so well that you're certain that what is in the dark does not know you know about it.
And
It
like
knows of you, but it thinks it has the element of surprise on you.
Oh. Is Mare awake yet?
Yes, Mare would be coming
Oh
too.
no. Yeah, that's unfortunate timing. Cause Mary just went through all of that and now has to process it and just wakes up bawling.
Oh.
She's an emotional wreck, is just crying her eyes out and curled up in the fetal position.
Poor Mare. Mare is now useless.
For a little bit, yeah.
It's valid, very valid. I would be right there too.
Okay.
Would you like a chance to think about what you do next so I can hop back?
I want to like I'm presuming I've dropped Mare because she woke up and started crying and like, okay. I would like to like continue on knowing where she is, and the moment she comes to attack, I'm going to turn and shoot.
Sick. All right. Can I have you roll? I don't know what the right one would be for that.
It's just going to be kick some ass, I guess.
Yeah, do kick some ass. Yeah. Joe's really good at kicking ass.
I hate this bitch.
Valid.
I just like when she jumps at me, I want to like turn like and shoot and go, you really need to learn when to back off.
Yes.
So you have gotten almost to the dais, and you can hear her creeping up behind you. And you whip around and you fire your shotgun at her, and both shots hit. When you empty the chamber at her, and the shots almost blow her apart, like she is also made of stone. And she just like shrieks at you as these stone or porcelain bits and pieces of herself just like fall off of her. And from those areas that you have struck her, you can see that stone like statue kind of esque corruption creep down her body, where she kind of crumbles a little bit more, but is unable to come at you any further, leaving you the opportunity to light the dais. But we're going to hop back to Paladin.
Me.
Yes, Paladin and Fae. So Paladin has been doing a number on Azrael.
Mm.
You could see this. The wings have stopped perpetually molting and moving, and the like things have kind of begun to settle, and there is like a dampening of this energy, but it's permeating, and you feel that creeping sensation that you felt before, that fear, that sensation of unrealness, that's kind of radiating off of him like an area effect. And the ground beneath his feet turns to shadow, and you recognize it as the fox again.
Okay.
Like your radiance is casting his shadow out from him, and the fox comes
So the fox comes from the shadow or from me?
from the shadow. Well,
From the shadow.
your light is casting his shadow, so a little bit of both.
I am going to try something really weird, but bear with me.
Okay.
Yes.
I am going to use my magic, but it could be cast out evil, but this is what I'm going to do. Put a hand on my chest, and it glows, and then I start sort of doing this sort of heaving motion. I basically want to, like a hairball, get rid of that marble that I would have swallowed all those ages ago.
Oh, I love that.
Genius.
I love it. I'm not even gonna make
Is it
real
cast out
quick.
evil?
Great.
Genius.
I also I love
Get out of me.
I love what Paladin's doing in the idea of giving him a taste of his own marble medicine.
Yep. Sounds
Yes,
like
this
Asher's
is-
really losing his marbles now.
All right. So, Faye,
Quite
you are
literally.
able to hairball cough up this marble.
Like a cat.
So attractive.
Yeah.
Paladin.
I'm a god. I'm always attractive.
As-
it works.
Oh,
Sorry,
Hannah
what?
gave me the idea that I should put him through what Tom went through, and I kind of like that idea. So I'm gonna have him relive the moment Tom died, and then instead of coming back, because I wrote still standing, he didn't, so he can't. So I'm gonna try to get that to be like the killing blow. So the way Tom died is he was just in his apartment in the same building that Joe lives now. And then a man knocks at his door, and a fight happens, and Tom asks why, and the man says something like, "You've been causing Mr. Topin too much trouble, Tom. It's game over for you." And Tom says something like, "But people are going to know. he's not going to get away with this. And he says, everyone's just going to think you overdosed. You're just another drug addict. And he will stab, and in this case, I'm the assassin, so I'm going to stab Azriel with some needles, and he's just going to lie there and overdose and slowly sink away as he realizes that he's right. No one's going to believe, no one's going to question it, because that's just what happens.
I have an important flavor text sad question. Was Tom singing as he died?
Oh.
Was he singing his song?
Oh.
And that
Maybe, I don't know.
that's it.
It would have been nice
Hmm.
when he came back, certainly, but I don't think as he was dying.
What are you gonna say, Faye?
If he succeeds, I want the sort of last breath to happen, and then my marble just sort of goes ding, 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 ding.
I love it. Okay, so for storytelling purposes, I am not going to make you roll for this.
Gore.
You are successful. You get to do this. Now, something happens to both Azrael in his mind and Azrael with Faye. And you both see what this is. You have dealt your killing blow. And Azrael to Faye sinks to his knees. And from the shadow, like a door is opened, appears a very pretty, like a pool of water, shimmering, iridescent, and glowing of its own volition. And from the pool of water, a woman stands up from it, but she doesn't drip as if she's stepping out of water. She more glows and shimmers, and you recognize her as one of the women that you saw when you first entered the garden. She has waist-length wine hair, almost like pomegranate seeds. And she also appears to Tom in the dream from a shadow of light that is cast from Azrael's dying body. And she comes and she steps up to you both, almost as if it's the same gesture, one inside Azrael's head and one to Faye. And she reaches a hand out and she touches both of your cheeks very softly, and she looks down with the most compassion you have ever seen on somebody's face, almost as if she loved him. And she, with her other hand, cups his face, and he rests her head against her arm, and she takes him away. And he is no longer there. Tom, you are standing where Azrael was, beat up,
Was she depossessed
stuffed.
me? Okay, good, because that
It's
would have
just
been
like
a way to go.
ejection. Anita, you are now standing behind Tom.
Eh,
The fox is gone.
Am I still angelic?
You are still angelic.
Bonus.
fox
I
is
thought I was gonna
gone.
lose that.
Persephone has taken Azrael. And Hannah, you have all of the tools you need to light the beacon. I mean, sorry, Cho. Cho has all the tools.
Mare? I'm gonna go check on Mare because she's in the fetal
Oh,
position
we did-
crying.
Yeah, Bear just responds.
You
Yeah.
do have to climb over giant snake body, but
That's fine. Mare, I think it's time for that destiny of yours. I'm gonna offer you a hand.
Bear just sort of motions back to where the two of them came from. What was that?
What? Oh,
motions back at where they just came from. Like that was the destiny. And she pulls out the lighter though and hands it to you, kind of hand trembling.
Whew. Let's light it up.
She'll pull herself up off the ground and kind of walk over there with you, wiping at her eyes, but she's clearly very shaken up still. And yeah, just hands you the lighter and says, "You do it."
I think after such a long nightmare, it'll be good to see the dawn again. And I'm just gonna light it up.
And it goes up. There's no special precursors now that all of the monsters have been chased away. And the light is like breaks through the chapel ceiling, almost as if it was made of material energy, and like a sonic pulse from itself radiates outward through the city. And you can hear the distant rumbling of short-term destruction, like this sonic boom has caused something to happen. And the sky above you clears. It is no longer gray. You can see the hints of colors and things in the city. And there is a lightness that has been brought to all of you. You can hear Mao shouting at some distance outside of the chapel, like, "Guys, I'm coming! Is it okay? I don't know what that was!" And the creatures that had inhabited or crawled up out of the shadows in the city have all been disintegrated as black ink spots across everything.
I'll offer my shoulder if Mare needs some help walking, but otherwise, I suppose we should come out of the chapel now.
Yeah, I think Mare's okay to walk, but she'll still be moving kind of slow, still trying to, shake off all the after effects of everything. And I think when Mao gets close enough, Mare will probably start crying again and just like grab Mao and Joe and just like giant group bear hug.
Mao stifles discomfort and pain, but it is worth it.
Go ahead and rub Mare's back a little bit, like, you did amazing.
Now, I would like to point out, Tom, you're still there.
Yep.
Now, the weight in your pocket from the key is heavy, but you are still there. And Faye, you are still golden. And Mare, you are still dressed in your superhero Sailor Scout Magic Girl outfit.
Okay.
Should I use that key on something?
The key is how you want to end your story.
Oh, I'm staying here.
All right. Then
He's still standing.
Yeah,
You're still standing.
That's how I end. We scan past everyone, and then I whip out the guitar and I start playing. I'm still standing.
So you play I'm Still Standing. You guys exit this chapel. The destruction of the city is clear, but you can see people climbing out of the rubble, dusting each other off and banding together. You can still see that the shadows swirl with weirdness. You catch a hint of the 9 tails of the fox as he kind of traipses away somewhere deep into the dream world. And ahead of you, you see the city wall has come undone. And that darkness has been broken up. It is no longer a big, mean-ass cloud or a storm that's coming for you. But it is clear that the city was never reality. And the wall just kept the dreams at bay. And that you might not ever be waking up.
That was amazing, Tom.
I'd like to sing
Indeed.
with Tom.
Yeah.
I want everyone to join in. Let's have.
Yeah,
Let's all sing. Yeah, let's all sing Tom's song.
Yeah. I think Mare begrudgingly does as well. Like, is genuinely enjoying everybody, but just like, fine, I'll sing. But And yeah, I think Mayor's totally fine with the not really waking up thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Faye is at peace. Very much at peace.
Excellent.
If we're doing like a prologue thing for our characters,
Prologue, epilogue.
epilogue, thank you, not prologue. Yeah, if we're doing an epilogue thing for our characters, I have thoughts on
Let's
Mare.
do it.
Let's
it.
have
That's
an
the game.
epilogue.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
So yeah, I think Mare changes her outfit up a bit, and still has like the purple cloak and everything, but like the outfit underneath has a little bit more rainbow to it. Not obnoxiously sparkly magical girl, but something in between that she ends up feeling comfortable with. And probably forms some sort of like knockoff Justice League to help keep the shadows like in balance. Not to like try and annihilate all the shadows and dreams and all that stuff, but just to keep it from getting to the point that it was before, which caused everybody to have to do all this. And yeah, I think oddly enough, going through all that with Azrael kind of jump started her dealing with her own trauma and healing from that, and is consequently able to have like real relationships with people, platonic and otherwise. And who knows, maybe she does end up with Joe and or Mal.
I'm here for this.
Me too, totally. But yeah, I think that's pretty much how Mare kind of goes out, and of course is remains friends with Faye, possibly even best friends with Faye, and is actually able to have that real friendship as well, because she's got all these sort of barriers down now that she had up before. And of course Tom's there, because Mare's hanging out with Joe. Tom's going to be there.
I mean, who else is gonna sing crazy, obnoxious songs with Mal, who probably can't keep a tune to save her
Yeah.
life?
Yeah.
And about every now and then, Faye turns into a giraffe just to make Tom happy.
Yeah.
Sparingly, every now
Got
and
my
then.
giraffe.
As a treat.
Yeah, as a treat,
Love that.
you get to see the giraffe. But yeah, I think Faye would very much like to stay with. She still doesn't talk much. She's quite quiet. But if she doesn't feel like being human, she'll be like a cat, and she'll just be there. She likes to be around these people, but she's at peace.
You said you never had to change. We liked you just the way you were.
I love that.
Oh, I forgot something. Mare also lets people call her Sabrina again.
Oh!
She gets reclaims her own name.
Cute.
I forgot to mention that part.
Aww.
Oh, so much
Good
good
name.
healing.
It's a good
What
name.
about Tom and Joe? What are your plans?
Shenanigans. I don't know.
I get a recording contract. That's why I went on this mission.
I
I hold the mayor
fix
to his
all
promise.
the radios in town. I want to be your producer tech booth tech person.
Yep.
The dream
that's
world can
perfect.
now
Yeah.
have FM radio.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And we broadcast. So even people
think-
outside the city.
I think part of where the war was, Faye would like to make a really nice forest. There's little animals
Aw.
there.
Yeah.
But only one side, because we don't want to encase the place in it.
Do you mind if I add one little bit to
Yeah.
one of your epilogues? Who had the crystal?
Mayor?
Yeah, it's in the wand.
Okay,
Right, we
never
put it
mind.
in the
We
wand.
did something with the crystal.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
That's how she'll be able to reach her final form.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Anyways, disregard me. I had a different idea, but I liked it in the wand better.
I love our
Tom gets his
Justice
recording
League.
contract. Joe fixes all the radios in town and helps produce Tom.
and just
now
generally does tech stuff.
tries to relearn magic. And starts a monster ass kicking business that she drags Joe into.
Actually, I
I'm
like
gonna-
that better. I think Mare just helps out with that instead of starting her own little Justice League.
I'm gonna find a book that helps Faye get ordained so she can marry Joan and
Oh, that.
Aww.
Oh,
Sweet.
oh.
I
I
love
love
yeah.
And it will literally be the shotgun wedding.
that.
Instead of rings, they give each other new weapons.
Literally, I feel like the Joe Mouse started when that one time I was like, "Hey, do you need help cleaning your gun?"
100%. That is where it started.
Love that.
Good times, guys. Is
Oh,
there-
It's over. Yeah.
Any other epilogue information you'd like to dish out? Or
just
we good?
one final little thing. That nice little forest park that Faye's made is the is the home of our beloved Captain Nuggies, who delights all the children in the city every time they go to visit him.
Yay! That's a good addendum.
Yeah. This is a better ending than I had anticipated.
Yeah, me too.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
What I was thinking is that I got to keep Asriel's body, so I'd have a body again. I thought that would be neat, but then I would have gone into the Diablo 1 direction, where he
Oh,
would
yeah.
slowly turn bad over time.
I had so many considerations for this. And that was one of them. But the silly energy that you guys brought in at every turn of the game, I didn't think that it was necessarily appropriate to let Tom become the new angel of death, because that is what he would have to be, because Asriel serves a purpose, and whether or not that purpose is good, that purpose is still a purpose, and he would have had to take on that mantle, and I think that would have absolutely destroyed him.
It would have clashed. Tom is literally staying alive. That's his thing. He
Yeah.
survives
I know.
no matter what.
I know, it would have just not been a good thing.
Yeah.
So I think this one worked out really well. There's a couple other things, and just as a disclaimer for those that are watching, this ending has absolutely no relation to the comic book. This doesn't spoil anything. I've taken so many liberties, and I'm so very grateful for the author letting me borrow and be inspired by his work. So yeah.
Yeah,
There
we
was-
should
I did have a-
not tweet
Sorry,
at
go
the
on.
author to ask where Tom and the gang are in the comic book. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's-
I wouldn't do that.
And who knows, since we're here, for the rest of eternity, I'm guessing. Maybe 500 years down the line. Maybe Faye's finds
Is that what happens? Are we all
someone.
immortal now?
Just all immortal.
That's a good question. I don't actually know
Yeah.
the answer to that.
Well, I said maybe.
It's one of them ambiguous endings.
Yeah, it's very ambiguous. I'm just saying maybe in some universe.
As Michael
Maybe
Wayne
she
said-
meets someone with similar powers.
Ooh.
But not for a long time. There's going to be a
Yes.
long, long break where she's very much
And this
not-
is
very much asexual for a long time.
This is exactly as Michael Wayne put it. This is an alternate universe to the original comic. We have done epic fan fiction. And it's
Literally
been
on an epic
Yeah.
scale.
yes. So thank you to all of you for playing this out with me. This was kind of an experiment, kind of a weird little thing, and
Did it succeed?
I think so. Did you guys have fun?
I
I-
loved it.
Absolutely.
Every moment.
I loved it so much.
Excellent. Absolutely.
I
excellent.
thought like I was ready to sacrifice Faye because that's what she would have done, and she would have found peace in that.
I feel like
Should've
half
found
our
absolute
party was
peace.
ready to sacrifice themselves.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like
I-
pushing each other away so we could jump on the sword. No, me, not
I
you,
think
me.
that there is something a little bit more powerful of, especially for Faye's character
Mm.
of not being faced with having to sacrifice themselves.
Yeah, it's
That
nice.
self-cast
She's-
out evil thing, that was amazing.
Oh, that was
I loved
amazing.
that so much.
Lit, absolutely lit.
It was amazing.
I was like, this is weird, but tell me what you think.
I'm here
Oh,
for
it
it.
was
I mean,
so
you
good.
coughed up an egg last episode, 2 episodes
Yeah.
ago.
3?
Yeah.
Whatever it
Oh,
was.
yeah, I
you
forgot
coughed
about
up
that.
An egg with a golden idol in it. So, nothing's
forgot
off the table.
Faye's stomach
I
is just a
totally
bag of
forgot
holding.
that.
Yes.
I thought the arm was her
Yes.
bag of holding.
You know, yeah,
There's
it goes in here, comes out here, because that's how anatomy works.
That's how Faye thinks
That's-
humans eat.
It's hilarious.
I'm like a piggy bank of things.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Yes.
It was so it's beautiful because we all tried to like help and fix it, and in the end she fixed herself, and that's just
Hmm?
so amazing.
In the end, everybody kind of did.
Yeah.
Through everybody's help, they still fixed themselves. Like, Mare fixed her own, wall issue of
Yeah.
putting up walls and pushing people out, and Joe kind of dealt with her own childhood trauma, and Tom,
I was always perfect.
yeah, I
Tom
was
used
saying
his
it.
pain to destroy the enemy.
Say Tom kind of came to terms a little bit with the bad memories and then got to use them. So, productive.
Sometimes
Poetic
what does
justice.
kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that. It was great. Yeah. Well, we are going to go on a raid here shortly. But before we do, I want to let everybody say what their favorite part of the session was, favorite part of the campaign, where we can find them, and anything they'd like to share or plug. And we'll go.
I've already
reversal.
I've already gone first. Like the self cast out evil was my favorite part. That was amazing.
Awesome.
It was perfect.
Um,
I'll do all the rest as well because I'm already talking now too.
Okay, go for it.
Right. Next, you can find me tomorrow for Mass Effect, where I play a badass mercenary, and we've been shooting up a experimental weapons lab by the Protheans, and there's this weird Turian lady who was doing all sorts of weird experiments, and he just stole something worth 5 million credits. Also, we had a lot of bad ideas about touching Prothean artifacts, and it blew up and killed us all, basically, almost. It was not good.
Good session then.
Oh God, it was that. It's always action packed from start to finish, and you're always like, gotta, and the dice, no. It's so stressful. It's very fun. After that, Sundays over on Uncanny Adventures, I'll play Holt, the pirate paladin who tries to make friends with all the evil pirates. I had an episode. Our able friends gave one of the pirates my chainmail armor so he'd be safe and not get kidnapped as much. We promoted someone from Swab to running around in the rigging because she had this awful habit of doing arm wrestling where she would push her arm onto some broken glass to make it more interesting. And I was like, you can't do that. That's stupid. And she was like, I'll do what I want. And then I promote her to go in the rigging. So she'd be constantly hanging from her hands. And I figured that should teach her. Good episode. After that, I'm back on Polished Cryptid's channel on Tuesday, where I play Dom Rain, the Githzerai noble fighter. We are in a small dungeon where I rode a merry-go-round and had fun for almost the first time in my entire life, which was very pleasant. Then we fought some very lifelike wax figures whom I decapitated left and right. and then we solved a weird mirror room puzzle, and it was all very excellent, polished, made a good dungeon. And then I'm not back here next Friday. Why?
But
One
Well,
after.
Friday after that.
Yeah, then I'm
Yep.
back.
don't miss us too much, everyone. We'll be back. Plus more.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Oh, that's great. Yes. What was your favorite part of the session season? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
I don't know. Everything. Tom's Poetic Justice. Joe lighting the beacon and defeating Medusa. Faye finding her self-confidence and realizing that she's been there for herself the entire time. Mare's epic transformation scene. As far as like favorite episode, I couldn't pick one. Like I have been just as new to the story as you guys in most cases of DMing for you, which has been really fun and not something that I've really done before. So it was really cool to kind of sit back and let you guys do most of the driving. So, you know, I can't complain. You can find me next DMing the next Friday game when the season starts again. ... But next week I'll also be streaming on my channel. You can catch live art streams and a episode 1 of the very first tabletop game that I'll be running on my own channel. So yeah, just me.
All right. Hannah, same questions.
I loved Tom just being like, I mean, Mare told me to possess her, but what if instead? That was fantastic. And then it worked, like that just through the power of narrative. It was beautiful. The whole campaign is my favorite. I loved the progression of all the relationships and the way that we all like grew and became better and stronger by the end. But I loved all the different ways that people started to, like, that we all started to interact with each other by the end, that we all had these different little like relationships. It's been amazing. You guys can find me next tomorrow for the finale of Time Travelers in the here on Raven's channel in the noon mountain slot again, where Agent Jason has put a timer on us till when a void god will show up and eat the time bubble that we are in. So we have to defeat the bad guys, save the hostages, and get out before we all die horribly.
It's gonna be great.
I'm so excited. I just want to do the biggest magic.
All right. And then Nina, favorite part of the session season. Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
In this episode, I loved all the working together, like the unicorn and like joining up attacks. And I loved Tom going, I heard you, but no, and doing his own thing. That was brilliant. Joe was kick-ass. I feel so warm and fuzzy on the inside. I'm really, really gonna miss being Faye so much. But Faye's at peace, but I'm still gonna miss her so much. And I'm sure we'll have a great time on the next campaign, but I really miss her. I started playing Faye in a completely different way to where I am now, and that's thrilling and great, and finding, like, I would never have known that this idea of a character I started would become now, and that's why I love this stuff so much. Makes me so happy. I'll be back here in 2 weeks' time for Neon Devils season 2. Let's see. I'm excited. I'm gonna try and be a completely different kind of character. Find me on my YouTube channel. I am working on some new content, so keep an eye on that. I'm putting the link into the chat. I'm the awkward actress on YouTube, so have a look. And thank you so much. Thanks, everyone who watched, all of you. Just thank you. I love it.
That just leaves me. Favorite part of the session. All of the silliness with Captain Nuggies and Stabface the unicorn. All of that was really good. But it's really just the whole thing. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for the gifted subs.
Don't mind me. You were talking.
But this is cool. Gifted subs to Jay, Bob Scary, and Clark. Awesome, thank you so much. It's a favorite part of the session. I really did like all the transformation stuff. That was a lot of fun, and Mare and Faye working together to do the big magic stuff. That was really neat. But the whole thing really was my favorite part. It was just a solid session of constant epic cool stuff. My favorite part of the whole campaign, weirdly enough, is actually when we were all stuck in the city, not able to like find each other, and we all had to like go through the worst possible memory that we had, because I feel like that was really a turning point for pretty much everybody, of like facing something really hard about themselves and overcoming it and starting to grow. And I think that's when everybody started to bond more as well. And legitimately got me to cry, in character and out of character. It was great. So yeah, I think that's probably my favorite part of the whole thing, oddly enough. But the entire season was just fantastic. There wasn't really any like, that was okay sessions. They were all amazing. So yeah, I appreciate all of you and your wonderful characters, and I am sad that the campaign's over, but that was such a good ending. I love it. As for where you can find me next, I'll be producing the finale for Time Travelers tomorrow at noon Mountain Time, and then we'll have the season finale for Animus at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And then you won't see me much for about a week, because we'll have our week downtime between seasons while I make cover art and overlays and deal with logistics and things like that.
Right? You're gonna relax in that.
Yeah, you can take some time off. Give yourself a break.
I've heard that word before. What is relax again?
I don't
time-
know. I don't know what relax.
So during the next week, we kidnap Raven and take her somewhere very relaxing.
A spa.
Mm.
Yeah, and then I can get a
Crowded
notebook and
spa.
jot down all my ideas. And
Ah.
I appreciate it. No, the plan is to actually take some of that time to relax a little bit and recharge.
Good.
I've got some non-streaming work that I'm going to be working on as well. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a few days of that will be just chilling and relaxing. I'm also getting like my second COVID shot in a few days, so probably some of that's going to be recovering from that as well. So
Take care of
forced
yourself.
relaxation.
Yeah. That second shot's a little rough for some of us.
Yeah, I've heard that if like it's one or the other for some people, like either the first shot was rough or the second shot's rough, but not both. And I'm really hoping that's true because the first shot was rough for me.
Fingers
But
crossed.
I'll let you know. Yep, fingers crossed. But yeah, that's where you can find me next. And then next season, yeah, we've got all new, well, not all new shows. We've got a lot of new shows. Animus and the Star Wars game on Thursday. Those are continuing on, but I think the rest are all going to be pretty much brand new. And
Neon Devils might be season 2, but it's a completely new story with new characters.
Absolutely new story.
New story, new characters. For anybody that watched Tickfall Files, what feels like forever ago now, I'm playing Tilda again. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for Neon Devils. But yeah, that's
I'm unreasonably excited, and I'm really, really appreciative of everybody's patience with character creation. That's
Absolutely.
the hardest part.
That's great. So yeah, that's everything for that, and then things to share or plug, sponsors. We've got Fundamental RPG, which is a really great D20 system. Hey, um, it's a simple D20 system that's very flexible. You can use it for literally anything from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. And the whole point of it is to empower the GM and players to tell their story how they want to. So story before rules is kind of the general concept behind it. But it's a lot of fun. 4 of the games we're running next season, 4 out of the 7, I think it is going to be running on it. So if you want to pick up a copy, you can do so at Amazon. If you're looking for the physical book that you can hold in your hands, just go to Amazon and search Fundamental RPG or Raven Evermore. It'll be the one that looks like this, and it'll should pop right up. If you just want a digital version, and or if you need character sheets to either print out or to have on your computer to fill out, the character sheets are free, and you can find the digital PDF as well for purchase at coffee.com/raven/shop. So like it says at the bottom of the screen, just add /shop to the end of that. And consequently, that's also where you can find Intrepid, which is the other sponsor, which is adventuring gear for real life. So there's some various clothing things, mouse pads, water bottles, coffee mugs, lots of cool stuff like that with a tabletop theme to them. They're pretty neat. I've got a coffee mug on the way. Should be here any day, and I'm super excited. So when I do come back after the break, you'll probably see me drinking out of that in most of the streams. And I think that's everything as far as sponsors and all that good stuff. If you want to catch up on this show or others that have been on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network. Just go to watch.thefantasy.network, go to Stream Library, and then look for Black Feather Guild, and that's where you can find all of our past content. There's also tons of other really cool streams on there, and movies and independent like TV shows and stuff. It's a really cool site. You should check the whole thing out. But yeah, that's where you can find all of our past episodes. And then with that, we're going to go on a raid. We've got a raid cry, which is Captain Nuggies and Stabby Face, the unicorn to battle. Feel free to copy that right out of chat. And then we're going to go raid Tabletop Horde. V is a just fantastic person and really good streamer. She's playing some Pokemon right now. She also does a lot of tabletop stuff as well. And actually did the formatting and layout for Fundamental RPG instantly. So definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already, and say hello throughout the raid cry. And then I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.